Hi all, and thanks for watching. In this video, I'm just going to go over Metro 2033 Redux using my Reshade and SweetFX. Now this adds SMAA, FXAA, HDR, VIBRANCE, CURVES, LUMASHARPEN, and LIFTGAMMAGAIN to the game. And if this is your first time running it since installing the Reshade and SweetFX, you want to set up your Reshade panel. And you can do that by pushing Shift F2, clicking the continue, and click the plus here, give it a name, just call it Metro, and press enter. And you'll notice the Reshade and SweetFX are listed here. Just click the continue and the finish. Once you've done that, just press Shift F2 to close the panel. Now you can enable and disable the effects with the scroll lock, and right now I have the effects running, and I'll just turn them off with the scroll lock here to show you the difference. Now if you notice, the game has become somewhat gray looking and flat, and we've lost a lot of the actual definition in the game. And I'll turn that back on, and as you can see now with the Reshade and SweetFX, you're getting a much clearer picture. The base colors are coming through much more clearly. The metal actually looks like metal. You can make out the imperfections on the metal surface and on the typewriter there as well. The definition has really improved. The map in the upper left, you can make out all the detail in the paper as well as in the typewriter. You can also make out all that detail, and I'll just turn it off once more here. Now, as you can see, we've lost a lot of that definition and the true base colors coming through. So I'll turn it back on, and I'm actually just going to load a chapter in here in order to do some gameplay and show you how it looks in game. So I'll just go to the market here, and I'll just get into game. Okay, so as you can see, the game looks quite clear. We're getting all the base colors coming through, and the lighting effects are coming through properly, as well as the light color reflecting off the walls. You're getting the proper color and definition. And I'll just actually turn off the effects here. And as you can see, the game becomes quite grayish looking. We've lost a lot of that definition, and the light source is no longer generating its proper color. You do see a small amount of that light generation from the flame there on the wall, but the surrounding wall has really lost all of that, and that gray layer kind of takes away from the actual definition and coloration in the game. As well, the sandbags there, they look somewhat grayish, and the wood. And I'll just turn on the effects again, and as you can see, now you're actually seeing the wood color properly. You're seeing the grain in the wood. The sandbags are coming through in their proper color, and you're seeing all the definition coming through. And again, looking at the wall here now, you're actually seeing the proper lighting effect generated by the flame there on the wall, and you're actually getting the flickering effect. The actual characters and such, you're able to make out a lot more definition on what they're wearing, and the weapons, they actually look like metal. You're seeing all the definition coming through there also. Now this doesn't change the light level, but does adjust the game itself so that you're actually seeing all that true definition. And I'll just go through here, and I'll just kind of go through this level here and have a look around. Now I'll look at this fellow here, and I'll just turn off the effects, and as you can see, the game becomes quite flat looking. We've lost a lot of the definition, and that kind of gray layer smudges out a lot of the definition, kind of making it look much more flat. And I'll just turn on the effects here, and as you can see, now we're actually getting a much sharper picture. The surrounding area is coming through much more clearly. We're able to make out a lot more definition on the floor, the character himself. The skin tone is much more natural looking, and you can actually make out the threading and the pattern on his clothing. And let me just turn that off, and as you can see, his clothing now looks quite flat. We've lost a lot of that definition in the patterns in the actual clothing. His face is more grayish. The skin tone doesn't quite look right. So I'll just press the scroll lock and turn that back on, and now you're seeing all that definition coming through on the walls, on the paper there, and on the sinks and such. It just basically gives the game a more natural look, and it really helps to bring out the base colors and definition in the game here. So I'll just kind of go through here, and we'll have a look around so you can get a really good look at the game when you're using the Reshade with SweetFX.
What's the occasion? Drivers Day again? My son said his first word. Congratulations. Was it Mama?
Okay. So we'll just have a look around here at the various individuals in the shops. The lighting effects, as you can see, you're getting a proper light reflection around the various lights and such. They're generating a proper color from their light source. And we'll just head in here. And let me just turn it off here. Now, as you can see, that grayish layer kind of smudges everything out, and you're not really getting a sharp look to the various objects there. The reflections are somewhat smudged out and not as natural looking, and I'll just turn it back on. And as you can see, the lighting effects are coming through really nicely, and the wall there, you can see all the texturing on the wall surface. The actual items look a lot more natural, and the reflections off the guns and metal is also more natural looking, and they actually look like they're made of metal. Again, the clothing is coming through quite nicely. We're seeing all that detail on the clothing surface. And I'll just kind of go through here, have a look around.
One look, and you won't be able to turn your eyes away. And after a few moments,
Okay,
you get drawn in.
and I'll just head out here. So this is really what you should expect when using the Reshade and SweetFX, is a much sharper and more enhanced looking game, bringing out the true definition and detail in the game without actually changing the light levels of the game so that you can run it normally.
Well, I made an arrangement with the guy here. He's a greedy asshole, but can't do anything about that. Great. Let's go then. I think you already know the way.
There should be survivors in St. Petersburg. Some of the metro stations
No. If anyone reads
Okay, I'm just going to go over here Open up the safe. And then we'll finish up this level here.
Take my spare filter. We need to get up to the surface.
Moscow, Market Underground Station.
And one last time, I'll just turn off the effects so you can see here. And as you can see, you really lose a lot of that definition. Everything becomes really grayish looking. Now I am running the game in 4K, but even in 4K, we've lost a lot of that definition and the coloration in detail. So I'll turn it back on, and we'll just head through here.
Are you sure, Commander?
Take your position. Cover me. I hate this so much.
Okay, so we're just coming to the end of the level here, and I'm just going to finish up the video. Now if there are any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Take care, and I'll talk to you again.